Hey everybody, welcome to another Timeless Pick a Card reading, where in this reading, we're going to be asking Spirit, what do they want us to know about what we're afraid of losing? Now, we're going to have a choice of either number 1, number 2, or number 3. As always, you can pick as many as you want, whatever resonates with you. I will start with number 1, but timestamps for the others are listed down in the description box of the video down below. So you can click on that and jump to whatever reading you're wanting to hear. So let's get started. If you chose reading number 1, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Whispers of the Lord Ganesha Oracle, and just get the overall message. And then, of course, we will dive deeper. So let's just give these a bit of shuffle. And for those that chose reading number 1, what would you like them to know about what they're afraid of losing? All right, this is the one right here. And you've got Drive, card number 14. Beautiful card there. Let me see if I could zoom in a little more there. We're going to put that up here as the overall energies of the reading. And let's see what message comes in here for you. This is confidence as well as unity of purpose and control are desirable. So Ganesha urges you to think about getting back to the basics. It is a great time to lighten your load or simplify your life. You may have had a tendency to overextend yourself or overcommit to social activities. Cut back on your schedule so you can zero in on something that you're called to do. This card indicates new motivation or inspiration. If you've been feeling stuck in a situation or in finding a solution, rest assured the energy is going to start moving again. You do not have to choose to go alone on your path. Make sure that if you do bring others with you, that they have the same goals and objectives in mind. Pay attention not to linger in relationships or friendships that are going nowhere, or settle just because you feel obligated. This is not a time to be complacent. If you want to create changes in your work, explore what options might be. There might be an increase in finances, but this is not a time to be spending money. Bide your time and prepare for what is coming. This might also indicate that a trip or extended travel is on the horizon. So I like this, of course. So the drive that we're talking about here, the reason why we're afraid, or what we're afraid of losing, is we're afraid that we're not going to have an outcome. We're not going to be able to get to a certain place with someone, whatever it may be in our life, that we have this drive that we just absolutely feel we need to get to there. This is bringing up this understanding, this clarity, that when you have your hands in too many things, you don't have enough energy to make any of them go anywhere. Because if you have like 10 pieces on a board and you're moving them all up one space at a time, things move very, very slowly, right? But if you zero it down and you, let's say, even get it down to 2 things, each of them can go up 5 spaces, or one go up 1 and one go up 9, one go up 1, one go up 9 more. You're able to move in different places. So if you're concerned about your energy or an outcome that you're not going to be able to make it, you feel like your energy is dropping out, your desire going out, consider looking into what you have your attention and energy invested in, and where can you cut corners? Where can you simplify? Not cut corners, but cut things out of your life that are maybe urgent, but they're not important. Really zeroing into that. So we'll get more information here through the Wild Mystic Oracle and see what else Spirit would like to add in here for you. So what else? For those that chose reading number 1, please. What else? Okay. Then you want that one right there. And you have the bee with work. So it did mention work in here already. So I feel like there is some significance for many of you. This is, of course, a general reading, but there is a significance around there for you. So let's take a look and see what the bee has. So this card, of course, represents hard work, focus, and industry. And while the ant card in this deck focuses on collaboration to achieve a goal, the bee card focuses on the goal itself. It represents effort toward a pleasant outcome or long overdue reward. So this card tells us that the goal we seek is within our reach if we persist. The bee, like the hummingbird, is often associated with the sun. However, the bee's solar energy is focused on production, invention, and the job at hand. The ancient Egyptians are considered the first people to create artificial hives for producing honey, though wild honey harvesting is also an ancient practice, and the development of domesticated hive-based farming is still being researched. They also believe that the sun god Ra created bees from his tears as they hit the sand. Honey has often been likened to gold or imbued with the power of the sun due to its color and its seemingly miraculous production by these amazing insects. We may view the bee card as symbolizing the fruits of labor and a rich, successful outcome. I love it. This card indicates financial and business success. So it is industry at its most rewarding and the sun shining down on your back as you toil. So the element of this is air and fire. If you want to focus the energy, really this could be about looking for a new job, standing out from the crowd in a workplace, focusing on your task at hand. And of course, summer solstice and summer rites come into here too. But I love this. How perfect is it that we're talking about, this wonderful movement here forward. And you do have this indication that if you do super focus your energy into one task, making honey, right, in this case, that's what is productive. That is what comes to fruition. So I love this zeroing in. We're also going to pull from the Star Tarot here and see what else Spirit would like to add. So what else for those that chose reading number 1? Okay, there we go. What else? Okay, thank you. And I went to these two and this one. So we will just scooch these out, and we will start with these that made themselves known. You have the King of Swords. So, and I think this talked about air and fire, and here you have, sorry, I keep on bumping that, air and fire. So the King of Swords not only rules over swords, which are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, but all the kings are given a second portion of air. So this king rules over double air, really getting into their mind, really understanding what it is that they are having all their mental focus is, and understanding what the stories are that they want to put around their life. This Ace of Swords here allows them to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which allows them to really connect to the heart and understand, these perceptions, these expectations that we might have had in our life around the dreams that you were given, the supposed to, the should, the need to, all this urgent stuff that we were talking about that is demanding your time to where you have so many, your fingers in so many different pots that it, and I don't know if that's the proper usage of that, but it's like you're involved in so many different things, trying to fill up so many things, not making very much success. It's like having one pitcher of water energy and 10 cups. You can only fill so much up in each cup unless you get rid of cups, and then you just fill up one that brims and overflows. And this is really this energy. So this fear of not persevering, of not being able to move forward, it's because your focus is in so many different areas. They want you to zero in on one. And that King of Swords allows you to do that, because not only does it allow you to connect to the capital T truths of the upper realm that are rooted in unconditional love, it allows you to cut away all those thoughts and those beliefs that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, the fear of disappointing people, the fear of being rejected. And the Five of Wands energy, Wands is the fire element. It's your passion, your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, and your overall energy. And the Five of Wands starts off as kind of confrontation, challenging, whirlwind of fire, right? This volcano that's going to erupt. And it's the 5 is the number of transformation, where you're changing on what you're looking at with things happening in your life, where you're investing your energy. It feels conflicting because it is. You have these energies of the outside world where someone's given you a dream to live, let's say, expectations around maybe a relationship, a job, an education, money, looks, whatever it may be. And all that energy is just, being invested in those fears and those things. But then your heart wants what it wants to make it happy, which is connected to the capital T truths in your soul. And so there's this confliction, because it's like, well, I don't want all my energy to go there, but fears are trying to pull you to invest energy there. But that's not important. It seems urgent. But as you discover what it is your heart truly wants and what you're really wanting to do, and you're going to be able to cut away, move cups out of your life so that you have eventually one remaining that fills up and overflows. So I really like that. Yeah. And you have the Hermit card. So the Hermit card, the Hermit's journey is you turning inward. This lantern here is the Star card. It's your higher self. It's the higher realms. In this darkness, in this time of your life, it's allowing you to see those things. They're guiding you into a path that is more in alignment with what will make your heart sing, rather than trying to do all those things in the outside world. So I really like this connection, to up above, that's guiding you more in alignment there. Yeah. And here we have the Justice card. So here we have the Ace of Swords, and you see the scales there. The scales are balancing out. Again, when we first are younger, we're given so many roles that are based in that fear. Those opinions of the outside world, the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the musts. And out of fear, we're trying to live up to everyone else, what they're wanting, what they're trying to have us accomplish. And so the scales are way out of sync and out of balance, because we're so much consumed in this. But as you connect to this higher realm, this is where the balancing is coming in. The scales are coming into alignment to where you are investing energy, not just in all these fears, but you're balancing it out, where it can even go in the other direction, where you're investing your energy, again, filling up with this one huge cup, which is you filling up and overflowing out to the world, showing the world, expressing this unconditional love that you have in your heart with the world in your own special, unique way. That's the work. That's really what you're wanting to do. And that's what you're whittling down to discover. So I like that. Then your last card is the Four of Wands. So stabilized energy. Here's the Wands. Energy coming back in, the fire. And this is about abundance. This is about stability. This is about joy and celebration. So it is a beautiful, beautiful card. If it was relationships, you were a relationship, this equals marriage. The Wands card is a celebration, marriage, partnership type of energy here as well. So as you really align with the relationship you have with yourself on the inside, then that is an end result of a marriage that is more in alignment with where you're full in yourself and the other person is full, and you come together in this wonderful partnership instead of kind of a codependent type of relationship. But I love this message for you. So really, the thing that we were afraid of losing the most is because we feel like we don't have enough energy to keep moving toward it. But as we connect higher and connect inward, we're able to super focus the energy, let things go, cut things out of our life that we're investing energy in that are no longer fulfilling us, no longer helping us, no longer supporting our dream that we're discovering to go. So I love this for all of you that chose reading number 1. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, check out number 2, number 3. Also, I do put out other readings besides these pick cards. I have weekly energy updates by each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and let me know that you're liking the content. Also, if you click the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. And if you go in there, there's an option for all, which if you select, 2 things happen. 1, you're notified immediately when new videos come out. But 2, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, doing those things helps spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow in significant ways. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also mentioned these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed down in the description box of this video down below. All right, beautiful souls, as you go throughout this amazing journey, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 2, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off pulling a card here from the Whispers of the Lord Ganesha. Just get the overall energies of what Spirit wants you to know about what you're afraid of losing. All right. So for those that chose reading number 2, what would you like them to know, please? Okay, none of those. All right, this is the one right here. And you have capacity to love. Surprising we have love coming in, right? So this is card number 34. We're going to put them right here as the center of the reading, and let's see what message comes in here for you. It says, it takes courage to open up and heal areas of deep vulnerability. Each human individual is created with a profound longing to feel loved. And out of this need for love, you may exaggerate and parade your fascinating qualities while masking your weaknesses or your fears. If you are not committed to looking at your root issues, you will feel disconnected from your true self. So take a moment to look at how you are handling yourself. Are you being open and honest? Are you withdrawing from a situation? Are you masking a problem with some sort of avoidance tactic, such as shopping, drinking, or eating excessively? Are you holding grudges? When your heart is open, you will find your actions tend to match your words. You rarely get offended. You are emotionally available. And when your heart is open, you truly take responsibility for who you are and what your beliefs are. You love yourself more completely. Conflict resolves more easily, and you have a desire to live in harmony with others. Ganesha's trunk represents the ability to consider how you are perceiving a situation which is significant in your spiritual growth. An elephant's trunk is an important appendage that is used in its day-to-day functioning. It serves to remove trees and other large obstacles, as well as for more fiddly tasks, such as breaking open fruit to eat. An elephant has the capability to handle a range of tasks, from minute ones to those requiring great strength. In this way, Ganesha's trunk is an emblem of his great intelligence and his extraordinary capacity for love. Rely on your own vast array of abilities to tackle your problems and know that Ganesha is supporting you in this process. What a wonderful message to come in, because obviously what you want to know about what you're afraid of losing, we're afraid of losing love. And what Spirit is wanting you to know around this is that at the root of it's a kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. We have pain in our heart that we haven't looked at yet. And because of that, we don't have an open heart. We have a protected heart, which then doesn't allow us to have that vulnerability in this flow of love, which then ends love situations because we have blocked off the love flow. And, like when the shoe is on the other foot, I can say the foot is on the other shoe. When the shoe is on the other foot, we are like, if we're not getting a flow of love from others, then we drift away from them. So that's, mutual. It's a general reading. So you could be on either end of this to let you know, what am I fearing? Well, I feel like they're pulling away from me. Well, it's because they have fear and pain in their heart that they haven't dealt with, and they're not able to love. So we realize it's not about us. The lack of flow of love has to do with their pain, as well as our lack of flow has to do with our own pain. We're also going to pull from the Wild Mystic Oracle here and see what else Spirit wants to add into that here for us. All right, so for those that chose reading number 2, what else would you like them to know around this love? Okay, they do want this one right here. And we've got the rebirth with the snake. Beautiful. So we're going to put that right here at the bottom. And let's see what other message comes in here for you. So this card represents the cycle of rebirth and eternity. And while the salamander represents the regrowth of part of oneself from destruction and chaos, the snake signifies a natural rebirth of the whole self. And as a snake sheds and emerges clean and new from the sheath of dead skin, it reminds us of the constant cycle of life, death, and rebirth. We shed our skin and hair daily, and the remnants of our bodily self become dust on the air, in the earth, and in the water. This card asks us to consider our place in the grand cycle of things and reminds us that change is a natural part of life. Gnosticism adopted the Egyptian symbol of, I'm going to murder this, Ouroboros. It's the snake biting its own tail. They introduced that and adopted it into their teachings as a symbol of infinity and continuity. The symbol was originally associated with the union between Ra, an Egyptian god of creation and of the sun, and Osiris, the god of the dead. And this union of life and death becomes a symbol of rebirth. So this card may symbolize the infinity of time and its repetitive cycle. It expresses the need for renewal, change, and evolution in order for the cycle not to be constantly repeated. This does have an element of earth and grounding in it. And so I like that. There's this wonderful phoenix rebirth energy around this, knowing that this pain, the suffering that we have in our heart, and if we don't want to stay in a repeated cycle of what we've experienced in the past, it is the rebirth of our heart that is part of this process. We'll dig in a little more deeper through the Star Tarot, and let's see what else Spirit and the Creator have for all of you that chose reading number 2. Okay, what else? Okay, that one and that one. Let's just scooch these out, and we'll start with this one over here. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles, 5 is a number of change and transformation, and the 5 of Pentacles has to do with in relation to our worth and how we relate it to the outside world. It starts off with these beliefs, this feelings of lack, abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind. And that's what happens when we focus our energy into that is the outside world. It's humans that are going to bring us what we need in each moment, our sustenance. We have every right to feel scared and to have this pain and suffering, because when a human character that we play here, when we go into fear, our little small human child self, it's like a little 2-year-old inside of us, when it feels unsafe and out of control, it pushes out the adult mind, the one that's intelligent, the one that's loving and compassionate and caring, and it does whatever it feels it needs to feel in control or feel safe again, which means a lot of times we will withdraw our support away from someone. So if you're depending on someone and they go into fear, suddenly they're gone out of our lives, or they're pulled back, they're ghosting us, or they, are pulled back into themselves, not giving us anything because they're in survival mode. That's what we do. But this transformation happens because when we get tired of enough of that, we turn inward and upward, which is where we connect to the capital T truths, that something that is stable and something that is dependable, which is the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. We find that within our heart, and we discover that it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment, but Source, the creator of all things, the mother and father of all things, whatever you believe your higher power is. They're the ones that bring us what we need in each moment, even usually more than that, because they're so generous and loving, but we'll always have what we need in each moment. Maybe not what we want, what our ego wants, but what we need. And unlike humans, the creator and the spirit world don't have fear. They won't pull back. The love they have for us is eternal, which never ends, and unconditional, which means it has no conditions. Nothing we can do to gain more of it. We have 100% of it already. Nothing we can do to lose it. Not one condition. So this transformation happens here, where our foundation for love and what we feel we need physically, financially, whatever, we build this trust with the higher realms that they're the ones that bring us what we need in each moment. So this rebirth happens by turning inward and upward and finding that. Yeah. And here is the sun. I even talked about the sun, I believe, in there with Ra, right? Here's the sun. Victory, brightness, wholeness, completeness. And there is this wonderful victory, this overflowing feeling that happens when we come in here. So when, rather than feeling like we're lacking, we're abandoned, we're left out in the cold, we feel so cared for. This is Leo energy, which has to do with the child side of us, and we can feel like an only child of the creator of all things, feeling this wholeness, this completeness, that we can even be a little spoiled, where because we have this relationship with mother and father of all things, that we're the only one, they're going to want to give and give and give and give to us, where our life feels overflowing and bright. So I like that. And then, Three of Swords. So this Three of Swords, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. So this represents the heartbreak, the disappointment. This is how we feel on the inside. This is what is keeping us from being vulnerable because we've been hurt before and we don't want to go through that again. So we turn inward with this. And we try to protect ourselves. As children, we have the praise and punishment that we go through. We enjoy the praise, we enjoy the support, so we create rules and expectations around how to get more of that and keep it. We also don't like the punishment and the pain part, so we create rules and expectations how to not to have that again. But we have so much rules that get created around it that we feel trapped, we feel restricted in this. And that's where we feel trapped, why we can't expand from this. Let's see what else we have here. So here's the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords represents that in every moment, we do have a mental choice around expectations. Every moment is a choice of the story we put around things in our life, of either the fears of losing conditional love, which is what we're all taught and by all that popular opinion, or that of the upper realms, stories that are rooted in unconditional love from above. And neither is right, neither is wrong, just they feel differently because, like one will feel restrictive, trapped, like we can't... like we're small, we can't expand and go anywhere. Whereas the love feels like the sun. It feels expansive, full of joy and bliss and freedom instead. So this is basically telling us that how we can step out of this and we can go through this rebirth, the more we connect and understand that there's two choices in each moment and that we don't have to always choose the fearful one, the one that we've been taught from the past, to make our habit of choosing these stories of fear around situations, that we can choose instead loving, that we're cared for, building this trust with the higher realms. It allows us to release and cut away a lot of the small t truths and the stories that we've been taught to apply to situations. Then your final card is the Ace of Pentacles. Not only does it mean about seeing, here's the Five of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is seeing your worth in relation to the outside world in a completely different way, right? Which then also offers new opportunities that do open in the outside world. So where we felt trapped and confined and couldn't move past it. Now it opens up, because when we have so many expectations, the road is very, very thin on how we find love, how we have success, how we find jobs, how we move forward, because we miss all these opportunities out here on this road, all the opportunities out here on this very thin road, because we're looking for it in here. But the more we expand and cut away these expectations, those fears and beliefs that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, then so many more opportunities come flooding in. So I really love this transformation, this rebirth that's coming in your heart, which allows you to open it up and allows your life to fully flow in ways that it hadn't before. So this is what Spirit has for you this week. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these pick a card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign and monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos. If you don't want to miss out on any of these and get notified immediately, first give this video a thumbs up. It just tells me that you're enjoying the content, and that tells me what you want more of as well. Then also, if you give this video and click on the subscribe button, that'll give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all, which if you select, two things happen. One, you're notified immediately when I post new videos, but two, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, it does also help spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, it wants to automatically share the videos of my channel. And so if any of that resonates with you and you do that, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful people, as you go on this adventure, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing journey. We'll be talking soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 3, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off pulling a card from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha and see what the overall energies are around what are you afraid of losing? What does Spirit want you to know about that? So let's take a look here. See, for reading number 3. All right. There we go. It's this one right here. And we have fulfillment. Card number 6. What a beautiful little card. I love that. We'll put that right here. There we go. And let's see what message comes in here for you. No matter what you want to do or become, you will achieve more with knowledge. And this image of Ganesha reading the scroll is a symbol of the importance of education and the pursuit of knowledge. This might mean there is a period of increased study and learning at hand. You might find you want to inquire about a field of study that has been widely explored and choose to go to an experienced teacher to learn more. So look for someone to consult for more information. This may be a counselor, an author, a psychotherapist, or some spiritual advisor. You will discover new skills from this helpful teacher as they have the wisdom to provide excellent guidance and advice. Keep in mind there is also a wealth of information at your fingertips in books. Everything you read fills your head with new information, and you never know when it might have practical use. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenge that lies before you. Additionally, knowledge can never be taken from you, so no matter what you're longing to do or become, you will benefit from gaining more knowledge. Approach this time with great curiosity and an open mind. Now, this is interesting because, if you happen to be, it was about education and knowledge and you're wanting to grow and learn more, obviously this is going to be right in tune with that for you. But there's also this underlying thing we fear our fulfillment, that we won't feel fulfilled. Our experiences in life have allowed us to experience what it might feel like not to feel this wholeness and completeness from all of these list of things that we're told to do that are supposed to fill us up. Because we have small k knowledge and we have capital K knowledge, just like we have small t truths and capital T truths. The small t truths are those pieces of wisdom, those things that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. Those are all the things that clog our mind and make us feel confused and that don't fulfill us, because we're told that relationships, situations, and things are supposed to fill us up, but in our experience they don't, if for very long, if at all. People, like relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships are not eternal, right? They're temporary here on the earth. Even if you happen to have a relationship that lasts your entire lifetime, which I don't think has ever happened to anyone, it's still tied to this lifetime, right? It's not eternal. Situations like job, education, career, social status, things like that never stay the same. And things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, all those things in the outside world break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, or stolen. So we realize that this fulfillment, this fear of not finding fulfillment in the outside world is very real. We experience it on a daily basis until we find the solution, which, when we get tired enough of searching for these things on the outside world, we turn inward and upward. I'm sure we'll dig into more of this here. We're also going to pull into the reading here the Wild Mystic Oracle, and let's see what else Spirit has for all those of you that chose reading number 3. All right, it is going to be this one here on top. And you have the bear, which is rest. We're going to put that right here. And let's see what message the bear brings here for you. Of course, resting, it seems like that's going to be like the hibernation, right? But it says this card represents the winter months and essential rest. In nature, hibernation is a part of survival for many creatures. And the body is calmed for slumber through the cold months. Metabolism is slowed. Physical activity is reduced. It is the tranquil time of silence before the song of spring. In today's busy world, it is important to take time to rest, recuperate, and reinvigorate yourself. Unlike the heron, who inspires psychological rest, bear urges physical rest. And this card tells you to reserve your energy and take a moment to look inward. Here we go. So exactly what I was saying, right? We get disappointed enough in the outside world that we turn inward. On the bear's forehead is the symbol for the wheel of the year, and rest is a crucial part of the yearly cycle. Humanity's need for rest has caused us to create holidays, vacations, and seasonal celebrations. This card is a reminder that we all have our own cycles of being to which we could listen to. Whether you are a night owl or an early bird, if the darkening seasons affect your mental health, or if you menstruate, cycles can affect your mood and way of life. This card is a reminder to listen to your needs and rest when required. The element of this is earth, which does have you talk about self-care and turning inward, of course. So I love this message because it is kind of reminding me of the Hermit card. There is a time for us to rest the physical activity of trying to go out here in the outside world and, obtain in whatever ways we're so driven to do that, to turn inward and hibernate, and it's taking time to reflect right now. We're also going to pull from the Star Tarot here, and let's see what else. What else does Spirit have for you regarding this fulfillment, this turning inward, and finding your true fulfillment through higher K knowledge, capital K knowledge, capital T truth. And we'll start here with the Ace of Swords. Swords is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities, your attitudes, all your expectations. And the Ace of Swords, the reason I laughed is because this is what allows us to connect to the capital T truths of the upper world rooted in unconditional love. All at the same time, it's double-edged. It allows us to cut away the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that no longer serve us, those small T truths. So, such a perfect card to come out, because this is saying that you have the ability to connect to the higher realms, to start seeing things from a different perspective, that you're so much more than just the human that's walking upon this earth. That's just a character that we are experiencing this human life through. In reality, we are this actor behind the character, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who is made of this unconditional love. And that's where we connect to. That's where we find this capital K knowledge. Yeah. And then your whole world, the Pentacles is your outside world. This allows you to feel the abundance and see that life is so much more full than we believe it is, because this fulfillment that we're looking for, when we're looking for it in the outside world, we're trying to find this unconditional love in the outside world. it always falls short. So we see the lack of fulfillment. We see the disappointment in the outside world. But when we fill up with this knowledge, when we are able to connect to this powerful being we are that is made of unconditional love, we find our fulfillment from within, and then everything on the outside world becomes extra. So instead of it falling short and feeling small, it's above and beyond extra. It's like finding your 10-course meal on the inside of you with 2 desserts, and the outside world brings you 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dessert. When we're looking for our meal in the outside world and all we're getting is 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dessert, it falls short. It's not fulfilling. That's dessert. But when we fill up on the inside, then we can always make room for more dessert from the outside world, right? So this is where this fulfillment is coming from. This transformation is coming. Well, another 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. So as you turn inward and you gain this knowledge, of course, it transforms and it turns your whole world in a different way, where you do definitely see this fulfillment and this abundance flow into the outside world. The more you feel whole on the inside, the less desperate we are. We're not focusing so much energy on what we feel is missing, what we don't want that's in our life, or fearing that things are going to leave or come into our life that we don't want. Instead, we're focusing our energy into gratitude, into thankfulness for what is in our life and what we found within ourselves. And it just magnifies and brings even more and more and more abundance into our outside world, because we've changed the magnetism of who we are. Instead of before, where we felt lack and lack and lack, we were drawing more lack into our life. When we turn inward, find this wholeness, then we attract more and more and more abundance to come into our life. So I love this for you. And a 10 of Swords. Wow. I mean, 10, 10, 10. Definitely a time of endings and new beginnings. The 10 of Swords, is basically, normally they have someone who's laying down on a beach with the 10 swords stuck in their back. They're not dead. They're exhausted, trying to live up to all those supposed to's and shoulds and need to's of the outside world that were disappointing, that was not fulfilling. But this turning inward, this is you letting go of those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, because the Ace of Swords accompanies this. Can't believe this. 10, 10, 10. Definitely you are so ready to let go all that energy that you're investing in the outside world and have it turn inward and magnify and expand that wholeness from within you. And then you have the Prince of Swords. Yeah, so definitely the Prince of Swords. They have the Ace of Swords. Prince of Swords is the Page of Swords in the Standard Tarot, which basically means new thought, new belief, new mindset coming in. So you've got it bookended here. Definitely there's this new way of thinking, this new way of approaching life, this new wholesome abundance, these thoughts and beliefs that are so much higher and free of all these small t truths, which were opinions, popular opinions you were given when you were younger and throughout your life, about what something is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. It's all these that are rooted in fear, that if these things don't happen, it means you're not lovable, you're rejectable. So it's the fear-based. But these, and that's what these were here, and it's being changed. You're seeing the truth of things. You're seeing the powerful side of who you are, instead of the limiting, constricting, smaller part, which you've been taught, which became your habit. But now you're able to see things differently and change those habits of what is something is supposed to mean. You're finding this wonderful fulfillment in your life. And so I absolutely love this. It's a transformation that's happening, and it starts with turning inward and spending the time reflecting inward and upward to your higher self. In fact, that was card number 6, upside down at card number 9, which happens to be the Hermit card. So I love that. All right, but this is a beautiful time for you, and I'm excited for you. Now, if you are looking for more of these messages of love from above, in addition to these pick a card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get updated immediately, if first you give this video a little thumbs up, that just tells me that you're enjoying this content and that you want more of it. And also, if you subscribe, click the subscribe button and click on that notification bell. When you go in there, there's this option for all, which if you click on that, two things happen. One, you're notified right away when I post new videos. But also, number two, you're notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. So in addition to all of that, too, doing those things just helps spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to automatically share these videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful for that. And these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. Right, beautiful souls, as you go through this hibernation, this wonderful transformation into abundance, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.